Hi guys! Today I'm going to share 5 differences between Hong Kong and the United States. I'm only going to talk about the most prominent differences from my perspective because there are so many other minor differences and they will make this video super long. Number 1. People always ask how are you or how are you doing? So if you go to a fast food restaurant, the first thing that you're going to hear is not what food would you like to order, but it's how are you? I didn't really know how to respond to these questions when I was first here because I felt it was so weird for someone that you don't know to ask these questions. But later on I realized it was just like saying hi to people, so I usually respond with I'm good, thank you, or I'm doing great, how are you? Number 2, the tax and tipping culture here. So a typical dish usually costs $10 to $15 here, but you usually end up paying $20 for a $15 meal. Unlike Hong Kong, where you usually just pay a 10% service charge, here you first need to pay a tax of around 8%, and on top of that, you will have to pay tips as well. When I was first here, I struggled a lot about how much tips I should pay for each meal because meals aren't cheap here compared with COHK. I can easily get a Toi Fan for $15 Hong Kong dollars when I was in COHK. So usually you pay 15% for tipping, but if it's a decent restaurant or the service is really good, you pay 20% or even 25%. Of course, you can go to fast food restaurants, you can get really cheap food there and you don't need to pay tips. Number 3, there's only iced water everywhere. I was pretty surprised that there's a huge ice making machine in my dorm's pantry, but there's no hot water. So one of the first things that I ordered from Amazon when I first came here was a hot water kettle. Restaurants usually only provide iced water, and even if you go to a Chinese restaurant, you have to ask for hot water, and they would usually tell you to wait because they would have to boil the water. And when I told my US friends that the first thing that I do in the morning is to drink a cup of warm water, they were pretty surprised. So I guess drinking warm water is not really a thing in the United States. Number 4, people always hold the door for you if you're behind them. I'm not sure if it's true in other states, but at least this is what happens in North Carolina. Life's probably too busy in Hong Kong that I've not really seen people doing this. It's actually a pretty gentleman behavior, but the bad thing is that you always have to hold the door for people behind you as well. Number 5, life's so difficult without a car here. I'm already pretty lucky that the nearest supermarket's only 15 minutes walk away from my dormitory, but if you want to go to somewhere else, you usually have 2 options. 1, you can take a bus, which usually arrives every 30 minutes or every hour. So in total, it might take you 1 to 2 hours one way. Or 2, you can ask your friends to go with you so that you can share a Uber or a Lyft. In Hong Kong, if you want to go to somewhere alone, you can just take the MTR. It would usually take you to the destination within 45 minutes, I would say. But in the States, if you want to travel to somewhere alone, it would be pretty expensive if you take a Uber, and it's going to be so time consuming if you take a bus. So these are the 5 most prominent differences between Hong Kong and the United States from my perspective. So if you've noticed other differences, feel free to comment below. If you want me to make more videos of this kind, please like this video, subscribe to my channel, and follow my new Instagram account. It's a different one from the food blog account that I previously posted here. See you guys next time. Bye!